our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to you all to the Corral, the home of Georgia Highlands College, here in 6 Mile, Georgia, just a few miles south of Rome, where we have one of the better games we're going to have for you all week. It's been the Region 7 4A tournament in girls basketball in the GHSA, and we're down to the final two. It's the top two seeds. It's gone chalk the whole way through, and these two teams unbeaten in the region except for playing each other. 9-1 records for both of them on the year, cruised through their semifinal game. It's the Sonoraville Phoenix carrying the 1 seed into this one, and the Heritage Generals out of Ringgold. We got a fantastic matchup between these two. That much is certain. They played twice over the course of the season, as all region opponents do. Well, on January 19th was the first game. Heritage took it 55-45 at home in Ringgold. And then Sonoraville, it was their turn to get the win at their place. The Phoenix winning over there in Calhoun 50-45 on February 6th. It's about as good of a matchup on paper as you could ask for, and you just saw Heritage getting introduced there in that kind of Washington Wizards looking kind of old school Wizards trim going on there. It's the all blue with that white on top and red trim. That's the Generals of Heritage from Ringgold, about an hour and a half north, about as far north as you can go in the state of Georgia before you hit the Tennessee state line. That is where they have traveled here to Rome from. And now you see Sonoraville getting introduced, the Lady Phoenix out of Calhoun officially. Of course, Sonoraville more specifically is where they're at, but no post office there since 1909, so it's officially Calhoun, Georgia. On an hour northeast, you head up 75 until you hit Highway 53 and go about 8 or 10 miles that way. And you find Sonoraville, they come in again with the number 1 seed, but this is about as much of a toss-up as you're going to have. Two very evenly matched sides. Now Sonoraville, the big story for them, they went 0-11 to start the season. Until Christmas, they were winless. And of course, now they find themselves in the region final. Both these two teams will be playing in state, but the winner of this one will have the favorable seeding that all teams are looking for going into the state tournament coming up soon. And of course, more than anything, it's bragging rights between two rivals, two top teams in the region. They're going head-to-head right now. 8 minutes to get this first quarter started, and we're underway. Sonoraville going to win the tip, and it's Ella Kate Walraven who grabs it. Another thing to keep in mind for the Lady Phoenix, they have quite a few sister partnerships in this team. Actually, 4 of the 5 starters are sisters. There's an early 3, that's no good from the Lady Phoenix. But you got Layla and Sophie Townsend and Ella Kate and Brinley Walraven, who are 2 pairs of sisters on the Sonoraville squad. Heritage going to get their first offensive possession going. This is Bailey Hollis, bounces it to the left elbow, and that will bounce away. Didn't get the roll she wanted that time. Defensive rebound falls to Erin Garland. Garland has it now into the left corner. Garland gets it again. Surveys, moves to the top of the key. Left wing sent into the corner. Layla Townsend fakes 3, and Garland will shoot along 2. It's too strong. Offensive board though, and that won't fall either. She'll get a 3rd chance at it. Sophie Townsend will. He'll pass it away, top of the key. Phoenix will try again. In the right corner, blocked. Big defensive play from Camden Carter. And with 17 left to shoot, ball stays with Sonoraville. Strong defense, just over a minute in, 6:48 and counting in the first frame. Good pass inside. There was space there in the paint, but no shot. Driving in, some contact, and there is a foul. It's an offensive foul, a charge taken really nicely by Bailey Hollis. And the foul goes against Erin Garland. That'll be her first. Something to keep in mind as we go through this one. 6.5 to play in the first quarter. And still no score. Heritage with the ball. Bailey Hollis has it. She'll switch it to the right wing. Camden Carter, tough defense. And an extra pass underneath into the short corner. Good defense once again from Sonoraville. Both sides with some great defense to get this going. A lot of effort, a lot of active hands. That's what you want to see as a coach at any level. Kayla Lopez is going to inbound. She'll get it to her intended target, but Macy Collins is stripped underneath. No foul, but it will stay with Heritage as it touched Sonoraville last. Get to the top of the key this time. They got the three-point look they wanted. It's a little bit short off the front of the iron. Defensive board to Townsend. Sonoraville, again, going to try to get the scoring going in this one. Long three ball from the college line, and it's good. Erin Garland is underway, and it's 3-0 Phoenix early on. 2 minutes gone in the first quarter, and Heritage down by that 1-3 ball. Lopez gives it to her right. Here's Hollis. She's seen a lot of the ball early on. Isn't a point guard, but she'll be the first one. That should have been a kickball, and it was a late call. But Layla Townsend did reach out with her leg and touch it. So we'll stay with Heritage. But Kayla Lopez is the first person to touch the ball for Heritage on offense. She's the de facto point guard, but other than her, person who's going to get a lot of touches and move the ball around with her passing or movement, that's Bailey Hollis. She's got the ball now. Camden Carter, Collins, back over to Hollis. Couldn't get it to go. Had the right distance, just off to the left. And we will have a tie-up. First possession arrow change of the game right now belongs to Heritage. Sonoraville did win the tip. Mentioned Sonoraville having a really tough start to the season. They went 0-11 before rattling off a 14-1 record since then, including 9-1 in the region. No good from Collins in the meantime for the Generals. But Heritage, they're 20-5 on the year. Much more successful non-conference slate. No good on the three ball. An offensive board for the third time today for Sophie Townsend. And they're going to just save this, but it's given away anyway. No backcourt violation, but Kayla Lopez with the Euro step and the bucket. She's underway, and Heritage have their first points tonight. 3-2 is the Lady Phoenix lead. Three ball. She lined it up, and it was the look she wanted, Ella Kate Walraven, but couldn't knock it down. Cross-court pass underneath. That's a foul, surely. And they'll get Sophie Townsend for it. It'll be Townsend's first, and it will send the Generals to the line for the first time. Tori Epps will be the one to step up. Tori Epps, by the way, one of 3 Heritage players who were honored with an all-region selection. Actually, that's not true. There's 4, and that doesn't include Macy Collins, who was the Player of the Year. Epps will go 1 for 2 at the line, so we're even at 3. At least it should be anyway. The scoreboard hasn't updated yet, but presumably it will. Great defense from Heritage, and they nearly got a 5-second call. Top of the key, meantime, Layla Townsend. It's Walraven in the corner, air ball from Brinley Walraven to be more specific. There are 2 of them on the floor at the moment. Lopez, nice outlet pass to the corner. Played inside, nice underneath cut. And Tori Epps has 2 more. 5-2 is the new score. In the paint, ball given away again by Sonoraville. Here comes Heritage. Off to a nice little run all of a sudden. And it's an offensive foul. No bucket. Heritage is incredulous, but it'll be an offensive foul on Tori Epps, so she will commit her first foul of the game, and now a charge on both sides. It's a big switch for Sonoraville because it would have been an and one otherwise. She knocked down the basket, but it doesn't count due to the offensive foul. So here come the Lady Phoenix. Up top is Brindley Walraven, White Ring, Garland. Moves to her left, and she'll hand it off. Ella Kate Walraven. Driving inside, kicks to the corner, Brindley. Walraven inside, took some contact, the air ball long, but cleaning it up is Sophie Townsend. She's got her first 2 points of this one, and we should be even at 5. Lopez across half court, 3:15 to go in the quarter. Nice bounce pass into the paint, and a nice charge to the basket, but nothing doing there, and a loose ball foul on Heritage. Looks like they're going to get Macy Collins for her first, so a pair of fouls on each team, nobody with more than one for either side, and we have a 5-5 split early on between the Phoenix and the Generals. Both sets of cheer squads are in full voice. Lots of parents and fans here tonight. It is almost full in the corral right now. Great atmosphere, great evenly matched basketball game. Heritage is really locked down on defense and will get another turnover. Here's Macy Collins. Found Lopez, who faked the three. Another bounce pass inside. That is the emphasis on offense for Heritage. They're trying to get the ball in the paint, get easy looks inside. Right now, Sonoraville not letting them do it. Great defense, although she'll commit the turnover out of bounds. Chaotic stuff, but the Lady Phoenix will have the ball back. Sophie Townsend got the steal and was bailed out on the turnover in the end. 2.5 to play in the quarter. 5-5 again is your score. Something interesting to keep in mind as far as the score is concerned. Both times that these two teams played, the loser ended up with 45 points. So we're going to want to score. Both teams scored 50 plus in their wins. That's going to be that high water mark, I think. Whichever team can get to 50 will be in good shape. Two strong defensive teams. We're going to see the first change of the day. Looks like it's Tatum Scott maybe in for Brindley Walraven. And that's for Heritage, who are on defense for the moment. Here's Sophie Townsend. And she lays it off a long three, and it rattles in. Count it. Erin Garland's got it, and she's got 2 from beyond the arc. 6 early points for her, and it's 8-5 turnover from Heritage. Sonoraville trying to build a little bit of a run. That would have been a really long shot, a heat check. She passed it up, Garland. Wisely doing so. Ella Kate Walraven. Back to Garland, thought about it, gets to the free throw line and gives the ball away on an errant pass. Nice steal from Camden Carter. Carter with it again. She has Reese Abercrombie to her right. I got the teams wrong a moment ago when I saw number 1 come in. Looking at the wrong roster, a turnover, but they're bailed out by a foul. There was a slap of the wrist from Layla Townsend. That'll be her first. Both the Townsend sisters with a foul apiece. You see a couple changes there. Actually, both the Townsends, as I mentioned, them come off. Replacing them, Lakeland Hall wears the number 23, and Giovanna Sicarios. She's in wearing number 4. Heritage trying to get a bucket back, and that's not going to do it. It's a traveling violation. Double team from Garland and Sicarios makes that happen. Erin Garland bringing the ball up for Sonoraville. She's got 6 points, far and away the scoring leader between both these sides. Into the corner, a long 3 ball in the right corner, no good, too strong from Walraven. Heritage going the other direction in a hurry. There's some space out there on the left wing. Abercrombie took just a little too long to get it off. And the opportunity was lost. Still plenty of time to get a shot off. And that should be a travel because Abercrombie, Giovanna Sicarios passed it to nobody. And well, got to travel farther forward anyway, so ball don't lie. Heritage is going to get the ball right back. 44 seconds to play in the first quarter. 8-5 remains the Sonoraville lead. Heritage making another change. They'll bring in Kelly Bohm. And it looks like we'll also see Tori Epps back in. So 40 seconds to play, about 8 seconds between shot and game clock in this first quarter. Lopez kicks it to Abercrombie. Top of the key, here's Hollis. Moves it out to her left. Couple of handoffs. Abercrombie again. Gives to Lopez. She's looked like she's wanted to shoot a couple of times. Hasn't pulled the trigger yet tonight. Inside. Kick back out, and Lopez will fire a three, and it's no good. Just a little bit short. And here come the Lady Phoenix. They could hold for the final shot, 10 seconds and counting. Brindley Walraven. It's backed into a corner, kicked out, top of the key, 3 seconds to shoot. They'll get it off on the floater. It's a foul with 1.1 left. And a shooting foul as well, so that will put Ella Kate Walraven on the line. And they're going to get Reese Abercrombie, it looks like, her first. Meanwhile, Walraven at the line, misses off the front of the iron and away. First trip to the line for Sonoraville. Second free throw's too strong, no good, so that is going to do it. First quarter is finished. And after a couple missed free throws for Sonoraville, their lead is only 3, 8-5 your score in a defensive slugfest so far. Stick around though, second quarter coming in just a moment. You are listening to the Chargers Sports Network live coverage of the Region 7 Girls Final. Okay, just about geared up and ready for quarter number 2. Heritage and Sonoraville. It's a 3-point lead for the Lady Phoenix, the 1 seed on paper. But as we previously mentioned, this might as well be a toss-up. So the Generals will have it down 3. Another 8 minutes set back on the clock. Kayla Lopez has it. She'll kick it to the top of the key with Kelly Bohm, who travels. And Sonoraville will have the ball back. Heritage, you mentioned quite a few all-region selections. All of their starting 5, to be exact, were names. For Sonoraville, you got Ella Kate Walraven and Erin Garland, who has already put on something of a show. 6 points on 2 3-balls in that first quarter. Meanwhile, this is another offensive foul, second of the day on Sonoraville. Ella Kate Walraven, we mentioned a moment ago, one of those all-region selections. She commits the foul. It'll be her first. And it will give the ball right back to Heritage. Kayla Lopez has it. It's across half court. Kind of a half court pressure look from Sonoraville. Heritage breaks it without too much trouble. Passed underneath, and that is the pass that they have loved all first half long. Tori Epps gonna drop it in.
Where's it at? Okay, yeah.
And here comes Sonoraville the other direction. 8-7 the score. Ball given away. Turnover. And Sonoraville will get it right back. Heads up play from Garland, and the pass underneath. Off the window and too strong. No good defensive board for Macy Collins. Heritage pushing the pace. They were pushing it a little too fast. And they give the ball away. Checking in now for the Lady Phoenix. Let's see Tatum Scott for the first time. And Siqueiros gets us back in. Garland with it. Hasn't checked out at all so far for Sonoraville. She will play a lot of minutes. Walraven switches. Scott finds her spot from 10 feet away. No good. Offensive board. That doesn't fall either. Fight for the rebound, and Heritage eventually does pick it up. Macy Collins uses her body nicely, advances the ball forward. Oh, the no-look pass! That was clean from Kayla Lopez. That's a Sabrina Ionescu move. Oh my goodness. Professional level stuff. And count the bucket inside. That was a gorgeous pass. 9-8 the new lead. And Sonoraville down by 1, looking to regain possession, and they won't. It's 3 seconds. The basket was good from Garland, but it won't count. 3 seconds in the lane. Now that's still just one of the most ridiculous passes I've seen in a high school basketball game in a very long time. She looked in the other direction and made a shifty little backcourt pass. Lopez has it again. Another nifty pass inside, and this one leads to an and one. 2 straight gorgeous dimes from Kayla Lopez, and it'll send Bailey Hollis to the free throw line for the and one chance. Sonoraville all of a sudden really struggling to stop the points in the paint. How about this? Every single point for Heritage so far has been either a 2 or a free throw. All inside for them, and Bailey Hollis, undeterred by the magnitude of the moment, she'll drop in the free throw. It's a 4-point lead, largest of the game for Heritage. Sonoraville now needing a response. 5.5 to play in the second. Kick down to the left corner. Rose, she'll spin, get a shot away. Lopez with some great defense too. She's had a fantastic second quarter. Still dishing things out, and the pass inside did not yield a bucket from Macy Collins. Sonoraville tried to go quickly, but they get trapped in transition. That's a really impressive defensive sequence. Sonoraville still with the ball, though. The kick out and a foul. Lopez wasn't happy about it. And actually, they didn't get her for the foul. It's Bailey Hollis, her first. And it looks like the first on Heritage in the quarter as well. Underneath, Tatum Scott will inbound for Sonoraville. The foul was on the floor. 5:05 to go in the second. Left wing, I look Kate Walraven. Back it down, Torrietz kicks it to the corner. Good inside move, but the finish wasn't there. Gets her own, though. Nice work from Lakeland Hall, and the three-pointer that ensues, no good from Walraven. Defensive board goes to Carter, and here come Heritage. And again, you're going to see a lot of patience, movement. It's very pragmatic, very systematic from the Generals. And they are looking for the exact same thing on every trip. They're trying to get inside and get an easy, high-percentage look. Lopez underneath, and that's exactly what she was looking for again, trying to find All-Region Player of the Year, Macy Collins. They do find her this time, kicks it out. Lopez tries a three, no good. She's done everything else so far in the quarter, and halfway through, it's still 12-8 Heritage by 4. Nice little fake three, and it leaves a lot of space for Tatum Scott. And she'll knock it down from the left wing. 3 ball for Sonoraville, their third. And so 2 very different offensive attacks yielding similar results. It's a 1-point game. Heritage by 1. Lopez. And the steal, tried to get it to Collins on the elbow. And Kate Walraven was all over that. Pass underneath. No chance for a transition bucket. But Sonoraville hold on to it. Hall passed it inside, got the tip right back to her, and inside she is fouled. This one should go on Tori Epps. And that's exactly who they get. Tori Epps has her second. Only player with more than 1 for the Generals. Still not a huge issue for her as far as personal fouls. That'll send Lakeland Hall to the line. Chance to get her first points of the outing. And that one is true. Nice high arc to that free throw attempt. And we're going to see Epps with her 2 fouls step off, and Kayla Lopez leaves the game for the first time as well. Second one for Hall in the meantime. That's a little long. And defensive rebound falls to Collins. So 12-12, we are back to even. I think for the first time since we started this game at 0-0 actually. Well, Sonoraville, a lot of their fans are in front of us, and you could see them asking for a double dribble. They didn't get it. Some space up top, quickly cleared away. Georgia Gracie keeps it though. Nice switch by Collins. And the three ball goes down. Camden Carter nails it. First one from downtown for the Generals. And Macy Collins, great scorer inside, but that time a great overhead pass to grab some more points for her team. Meanwhile, going the other direction. The bucket from Erin Garland. Add 2 more for her. She's up to 8 points. That leads both teams. 15-14, Generals by 1. Collins couldn't get it. Rattled around and fell out. Garland doing it all herself. And she is fouled. A block inside, but there was contact on the arm as well. And who do they have this time? Looks like they might have Carter. I think they'll get her for her first. Third foul on Heritage as a team. 2:38 still to go in the second quarter. And the first free throw from Garland, no good on her first trip to the line today. Has been a disappointing start at the charity stripe for Sonoraville. Lakeland Hall split a pair earlier on. And they went 0 for 2 on another trip earlier. Erin Garland does make the second on that first trip to the line today, so we're deadlocked again, 15-15. Fantastic first half of basketball we've had. Great defense and a few bright moments offensively. Kayla Lopez, speaking of bright moments on offense, is back in. She'll launch a three ball, and she's done a little of everything on the offensive end. Add a three-pointer to that list. It's 18-15. Gens by 3. Kayla Lopez with 5 points, joining Tori Epps with 7 to lead Heritage. That was not the best of three-point shots, and an over-the-back foul goes against Brooke Cole. And they'll make a change, Sonoraville, bringing Giovanna Siqueiros back in. And Layla Townsend checks out. Actually, it's Townsend who picked up that foul. 32 rather than 22. 2 fouls on Townsend. Only player in any semblance of foul trouble for the Lady Phoenix. Here's Collins, passing it underneath. Nice block. Emma Turner got packed. Here's Garland going the other direction. She is going to commit an offensive foul. And now it's 2 on Erin Garland. She'll have to take a seat. We may not see her the rest of the quarter. 18-15, Heritage by 3. They're going to make their change. Emma Turner right back out. Bailey Hollis, Tori Epps replaces her. Lopez bringing it up for Heritage. 142 and counting. No fouls to give for Sonoraville, by the way. Next foul is going to put Heritage in bonus territory. And this is a traveling violation on Reese Abercrombie. Was moving her pivot foot, trying to locate Macy Collins and move the other foot. And Sonoraville will take the opportunity and use a timeout. 1:32 to go, and it's the first charge timeout to either team. 30-second timeout. We'll take a short break and be right back. 18-15 is the Heritage lead. You're listening to the 4A Region 7 Girls Final. Minute 32 left to go in the second quarter, and we'll hit halftime almost surely with a really tight score line. Sonoraville down by 3. They've got the ball in that all-white Lady Phoenix, down 18-15 after a really strong second quarter from the Heritage, and that's going to continue the strong second period. General's going to earn a turnover with the full court pressure. Kayla Lopez checks back to the bench to get the play call. Up top, it's Hollis. She'll direct traffic. Pass to Collins underneath, and they were ready for it that time. Sonoraville defensively have seen that deep cut pass enough. Oh, they're going to see it again, and it's a foul. Collins was knocked down on her way to the basket. Who do they get for this one? It's going to be Siqueiros, and that's not a huge issue. It's only her first. Collins at the line in the meantime. And that will take a couple bounces and a friendly bounce at the end. Gives Collins actually her first point of the game, if you can believe that. It's a focal point of this Heritage offense. But Macy Collins only now getting her first 2 points of the contest. Hannah Bradley for Sonoraville going to inbound things. And she'll get it back immediately. That's how they break the press. It's really successful. And the pass inside, there's space, there's a foul. Ella Kate Walraven took some contacts. And I think they got Bailey Hollis. Her second. And in the meantime, Walraven at the line for 2. That first one's true. Walraven has her first point of the game. As Georgia Gracie and Bailey Hollis step off. Hollis with those 2 fouls. Second free throw, no good. Off to the left. So Walraven just goes 1 for 2 that trip. And Heritage up 4 with under a minute to play. Abercrombie runs into a double team, picks up her dribble. It's all stolen away by Bradley. And Walraven's going the other direction underneath. She gets the bucket to go. Ella Kate Walraven scores her first field goal with that layup. And now the shot clock's off, 30 seconds left. And Heritage could hold for the final shot of the half, 20-18 the score. No fouls to give for Sonoraville. Abercrombie thought about a 3, chased off the line. Passed into the corner, and they will take a 3. It's no good. Defensive board, still plenty of time, 13 and 12 and counting. Walraven had to pick up her dribble. Oh, I guess she didn't. Kicked into the corner, the 3 ball, no good. And the long rebound means no shot will go off. That won't count, it was too late. From Lakeland Holland, she didn't get it to go anyway. 20-18 your score. And we have had a very compelling first half, to say the least. Sonoraville were on top by 3 after 1. And after 2, it's Heritage up by a pair, and that is where we will leave you. Second half is coming in a moment. Don't you dare go away. You're listening to the finals right here on the Charger Sports Network. Halftime just about to get the third quarter underway for you all. You're listening to the Chargers Sports Network, the broadcasting service of Georgia Highlands College, where Sonoraville and Heritage are deadlocked in a tight one. It's the finals on the girls' side of the bracket, the Region 7 4A GHSA Girls Basketball Tournament. Heritage 20, Sonoraville 18 is the score as we get the second half going. My name's Danny Catula, glad to have you along with us for the third quarter. And that's a great way to start it for Sonoraville. They go up by one on an early three ball. That one goes down from Garland. That's her third three-pointer of the day. She's been dynamic. Had a great first quarter especially. And if you're just joining us, in the open, we talked about exactly how even these two teams are. 9-1 on the season. We're going to have a jump ball here. And possession arrow will point in the way of Heritage out of Ringgold, Georgia. Hour and a half north of here, more or less. They'll have the ball underneath the basket. Again, 21-20 is the score. Sonoraville on top with that early three-point bucket from Aaron Garland. But these two teams 9-1 in the region in the regular season. Both blew past their semifinal opponents earlier on in the week on Tuesday. And now there's one to shoot. They just get it off in time. That was a pretty hopeful effort. Not really the look that Heritage would have wanted. So an empty possession, just past a minute gone in the third quarter, and it stays 21-20, Sonoraville on top. It's a type of close game. I think you have some offensive close games and defensive close games. This one's going to be a foul on Heritage as Ella Kate Walraven was driving in. Going to get Bailey Hollis for it, and that's not the person you wanted to get an early foul if you're Heritage. That's her third. Pretty important player, too, for the team. Scored 5 in that first half for the Generals. So they'll replace her. Reese Abercrombie's in to give her a bit of a break. Garland chased off the line, understandably so. And inside, that was not the best of post moves, but the offensive board, the long three, no good. No second chance this time for Sonoraville. Defensive board goes to Macy Collins. Kayla Lopez with the switch. Lopez had a fantastic first half, too. Some great passes, 5 points of her own. She's got the ball now. Right wing. Will she get another assist? Not this time. Abercrombie couldn't get the long three ball to go. Second chance, no good there either. Defensive board is a contested one, and it goes to Sophie Townsend in the end. That's Layla Townsend who will be fouled. It's a blocking foul on Macy Collins. Collins, the all-region selection player of the year here in Region 7 4A. And she was held to just 2 free throws as far as scoring in that first half. A long three ball, that's no good. Took a weird bounce off the window. Another offensive board, though, from Sonoraville. And that will send Layla Townsend to the line. And who'd they get here? They got Abercrombie for her second. One of the less worrisome people who could pick up that foul. First free throw is good from Layla Townsend, and the second one doesn't quite fall. So she goes 1 of 2. Actually, not a single free throw trip for Sonoraville has been perfect. Best they've done is 1 for 2 on 4 different occasions. They also went 0 for 2 on a trip. No good inside on the layup attempt from Tori Epps. One of the leading scorers for the Generals with 6 points. Top of the key, Townsend. 2-point advantage for Sonoraville, looking to extend that, and it's a double dribble by Layla Townsend, so a turnover. And I mentioned it earlier, kind of more of a defensive close game, this one, and what I mean by that is every sequence, the defense almost kind of expects to win. 2 really strong defensive teams. It's close and it's tightly contested because these 2 defenses are excellent. So it's not necessarily as much pressure on the offense. It's almost more of a defensive pressure if you give away a bucket It's almost like you lost more than if you were to not score on an offensive possession, if that makes any sense. A lot of times you'll see it the opposite, especially in modern basketball. So much emphasis on scoring. This is an old school battle. This is a travel on Sonoraville. Some contact from Macy Collins defensively, but referee decides there's no foul there. So it remains 22-20. How about this? No points in the first 3.5 of this third quarter for Heritage. And it's 22-20, the advantage for the Lady Phoenix of Sonoraville. There's some space on that right wing. Camden Carter thought about the three. Instead, she drove, and it was poked away. Heritage ball on the side, but not before they make a substitution. That's Kelly Bohm who's checked back in. Reese Abercrombie takes a break. Carter inbounds to Lopez. She's got eyes in the back of her head, just like that. That was a really gorgeous pass inside. Kicked back out. She took a lot of contact, no foul. Sonoraville, well, they were trying to go on the break, but Erin Garland lost it off her left knee, it looked like. 4:23 to play in the third, and Heritage have the ball right back. Well, a little bit of trouble for Heritage. They didn't have anybody ready to take the inbounds pass, but they figured it out. Lopez has it now. Looking to her right. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that's where she's going to pass it. Now back to her left. She'll go herself. She is fouled, and it'll be on the floor. And foul should go on Brinley Walraven. Well, no, I think they got Erin Garland. Oh, they did, and so that's 3 fouls on Garland. She'll be replaced by Hannah Bradley because she'll have to really monitor that foul count. Garland, biggest offensive weapon that Sonoraville have. Tough loss for her to have to go to the bench for now, and this is going to be the 4th chance for Heritage. This next shot, they take a 4th chance effort, and that doesn't go either. So many offensive boards, just can't finish. Defensive rebound finally goes to Layla Townsend for the Lady Phoenix. Still up by 2, under 4 to play in the third. Macy Collins picks up that loose ball, and it's all the way across court to Lopez. She is blocked. Great defense from Hannah Bradley coming from behind. It was a clean play on the ball, and Heritage will have to work for another opportunity at the basket. Kayla Lopez steps off. Georgia Gracie is in for the Generals, and she'll be the one to inbound the ball. Finds an open teammate, and that was Tori Epps. Couldn't knock in that bucket inside. And some hard fought action trying to get the ball back. Let's see if they got a tie-up or what they decide here. And I think that is what they decide to do. Possession arrow change. So Sonoraville will have the ball. 3:37 left in quarter number 3. Still that 2-point advantage. It was 20-18 when we started this frame, and we've seen exactly 4 points, all of them for Sonoraville. Good pass inside. They beat the press. Oh, but the layup no good. Gets her own, though. Does Walraven. That doesn't go either. Walraven, another offensive board, and she's fouled this time. So the foul goes on Georgia Gracie, her first, 4th on Heritage, though, as a team in this third quarter. So now, from here on out, Lady Phoenix are going to be in shooting position. This is Brinley Walraven, who knocks in her first point of the day. That free throw good. That means both Walraven sisters have points on the board tonight. Ella Cates currently with 3. Brinley's second is up and good as well, so for the first time, Sonoraville makes both the front and the back end of a pair of free throws. They lead by 4 as a result. Just over 3 left in the quarter. Lopez is back in, and she'll hand it off to Bohm. Into the corner, Lopez again! Splash! Right wing 3 is good, and Kayla Lopez has 8. Heritage within a point. 24-23, Sonoraville still up 1. They've got the ball. This is Townsend, hands it off. Brinley Walraven gets it to Hannah Bradley. She'll try and drive inside. Sonoraville struggling to get in the open looks. Well, that's really a nice drive inside. A lot of contact. The offensive board, that pass is stolen away, and a foul in transition. She wasn't even trying to. Layla Townsend just didn't see the ball carrier in front of her. That's going to be her third foul, though, assuming they get it on her. Yeah, they sure did. So Layla Townsend picks up her third foul. She and Garland both had 3. No, just kidding. Scratch that. It's Sophie Townsend who picks it up. So both the Townsend sisters have 2 apiece. Garland has 3. That's the foul situation for Sonoraville. Meantime, the 3 ball, no good. Heritage, their foul situation. Bailey Hollis has 3. Tori Epps, Macy Collins, and Reese Abercrombie all with 2. 2:15 to play. No good. Errant floater attempt. Too long off the window. 24-23, still a Sonoraville lead. Pass inside was deflected, but Collins still picked it up. Now double teamed in the short corner. Tough shot, no good from Kelly Bohm. Sonoraville's going the other way. Into the corner. 3 ball, it's long. And Brindley Walraven has been working really hard for offensive boards. This time she won't quite come away with it. But she is really affecting every possession inside for the Lady Phoenix. From the free throw line, Collins was really uninterrupted. Got to 6 feet away and couldn't make her shots. Although it touched Sonoraville last underneath. So 1:26 to go in the third. And with that 24-23 scoreline, it's going to be Heritage ball. We'll stop for a moment to figure something out. And we've already sorted it. Nice and simple, whatever it was. Kayla Lopez inbounds. There's space for Collins. 2 players on her, splits both of them, tried the underneath pass, and the Lady Phoenix were all over it, but Walraven's going to have some trouble getting across, and they're going to take a timeout to think this one over, Sonoraville. That's a wise move by the coach. She saw her team was in trouble, and obviously you got 10 seconds to get across. I think Walraven was actually in trouble of holding onto it for 5 seconds. A couple of violations in play, and so the Lady Phoenix will eliminate any of those. Make sure they get this press break right. 24-23, again the lead. You got Sonoraville up by 1 and in the bonus. So for this last minute 17, 4 fouls already on Heritage. No fouls to give for the Generals. Only 2 fouls on the Phoenix in this third quarter. It's been the Erin Garland show for Sonoraville on offense. 12 points for her. At Heritage, it's been a little bit more spread out, their offensive display. Tori Epps does lead the team. Kayla Lopez has 8, then Tori Epps with 7 for Heritage. 3 points as well for Camden Carter. Bailey Hollis also with 3. Macy Collins has 2. And, well, we were ready to get back underway, but not anymore. And the referee was right in front of us on our near sideline about to hand the ball to the Phoenix and thought of something, or maybe somebody called him over, and now they'll have a conversation with the scorer's table. Oh, and you know what? They're figuring out if this was Layla or Sophie Townsend. This is confusing to me earlier because they had called it, I believe, on Layla, which would have given her 3, but on the scoreboard they put Sophie Townsend had 3, which is impossible because she had 1. So hopefully they sorted that. The way I have it is Layla and Sophie both have 2. We'll see if they change that one, maybe try to get that information from the scorer's table underneath. I think that's what they were working on there. And that's a 5-second violation. Erin Garland came back in with her 3 fouls. That's something to monitor too, but immediately the bigger problem for Sonoraville is they just turned the ball over and Garland's going to have to check right back out. So Tori Epps going to inbound to Kayla Lopez for Heritage. They're down by 1, 1:04 in the third. Lopez drives inside, nobody on her, but she made an extra pass she didn't need to make. She was looking for Epps underneath. Maybe a little too unselfish, if you can say that. Heritage gives the ball away. Garland's right back in on offense, and the strategy here for Sonoraville is to make sure Garland's not a defensive liability, because she would pick up her 4th foul, and that would make her almost unusable the first half of the 4th quarter. Of course, with 5, you're ejected. But on offense, they really want her scoring prowess. There's some space out here, though, on the right wing, and it is nothing but net, but not the way they wanted it. It was short and just barely clipped the net. 35 seconds to go, 30 on the shot clock, 5 seconds differentiating those two numbers. Hollis kicks it to Collins. Collins driving, couple bodies on her. She gets it back on the give and go. That was a nice play, and it earns her a trip to the line. First time she was at the charity stripe, she made both her free throws. She'll have 2 more. And the foul goes on Brinley Walraven in the meantime for Sonoraville, only her first. First free throw just lips out. Unlucky for Collins, this didn't get the members' bounce. Walraven checks out after that foul, and Tatum Scott is in for what could be the last possession of the quarter. Oh, and again, Collins unlucky to miss both of those, and because of that, Heritage still down by 1. Early in the clock, a shot is no good from 3. It was a good look from Tatum Scott, but it means Heritage can go the other way and get a shot themselves. 10 seconds. Now down to 8. Passing out of a double team is Lopez, down to 4 seconds. 3, 2, they got to get something off. They do in time. The buzzer beater is an air ball from Georgia Gracie. Well, if you thought the first 2 quarters were defensive, how about that one for you? Only 3 points the entire quarter for Heritage, 6 for Sonoraville. It's about as low scoring of a quarter as you're going to get. 9 points between 2 teams. Sonoraville, though, had enough offense and some stout defense to take the lead. 24-23. And we got the 4th quarter coming in a moment. No way you're going to miss this. 4th quarter, all to play for. The region title, bragging rights, all of that on the line on the girls' side of the Region 7 4A bracket. It's coming for you next on the Chargers Sports Network. Eight minutes to decide it. Top seed Sonoraville, second seed Heritage. 1 point between the two. Just felt like it had to go down to the wire, and you imagine it will. Unless we have a really dominant 4th quarter for one team, I don't see that happening. 2 great defenses going head to head. Whoever can be more efficient on the offensive end, most likely the region will be theirs. Heritage moves from right to left there on the ball right now. Plenty of time in the shot clock to shoot. Macy Collins kicks it out 3-point line. Into the corner, and Bohm was chased off of there. They do not want her taking those threes. Lopez ends up taking a floater, and that's a good shot selection, but it doesn't go down. Sonoraville could extend their 1-point lead. 3 ball. It's good! Layla Townsend, first bucket of the game. What a time to get it. 27-23, Lady Phoenix by 4. Hollis kicks to Collins. She'll drive inside, and it's ripped right out of her hands. All alone is Garland. It's good on the layup inside. And they'll take a full timeout. Heritage shell-shocked. 59 seconds and 5 points for Sonoraville. That's exactly the way they wanted to start this 4th quarter. They lead by 6. We'll catch our breath. Plenty of time still to go, but a great start for Sonoraville. And they are 1 step closer to that region title. Back in a moment. Well, that sure was a big start to this fourth quarter for the Lady Phoenix of Sonoraville. They're up by 6 after a 5-0 run in 59 seconds. 7:01 left in this game. Still more than enough time for a lot to change in this contest. But in a game that's been tight all the way through, to my knowledge, this is the largest lead either team's had all game long. It's crazy to think about. But a low-scoring affair, and Heritage is going to need some high scoring in the next 7 minutes. They're going to knock off the top seed. Lopez found some space, and no good on the 3 ball from Camden Carter, although the rebound was botched a little bit. And Heritage have it right back. Again, it's worth mentioning the foul count personal-wise for these two teams. Erin Garland has 3, Layla and Sophie Townsend have 2 each. That's what we're going with so far. That's for Sonoraville. And for Heritage, only player with 3 is Bailey Hollis, Tori Epps, Macy Collins, and Reese Abercrombie in more distant foul concern with 2 apiece. And that was a missed assignment defensively. Heritage makes them pay. Kelly Bone with the 3. A dagger to cut this lead in half, 29-26. Lady Phoenix getting the ball up the floor quickly. They got the numerical advantage. Garland fakes the 3. Off to the races. Long 2, no good. Gets her own board. Underneath. The lay-in is no good. Too strong. Another offensive board. 3 ball in the right wing. No good. And Heritage grabs the board. Bohm, after the 3 ball a moment ago, gets the defensive rebound. 6 to play, and it's a 3-point contest. Lopez gets a screen. Pretty far out, though. She's taking her time, trying to take a little bit of the air out of this game. Make sure they don't make any mental errors that cost them. Just want to get a good look right now. So much time still in this game. You don't need any particular type of bucket. You just want to consistently be scoring. Put the pressure on Sonoraville. That will help. Great pass inside. Tori Epps does not disappoint in the paint. She's got 9. Leads Heritage. But Sonoraville still leads Heritage by 1. Garland looking around. She's been the X factor. It's a nice pass to Walraven. She'll get it back. Long 3. No good. Offensive board, some contact. The extra lob inside. You thought that Layla Townsend would shoot it, and she made the unselfish pass instead to Ellicate Walraven. They'll get Reese Abercrombie for her 3rd. And underneath, Brinley Walraven is going to shoot 2 free throws. 5:13 to play, still that 1-point lead. First free throw's good. 2-point advantage. After Brinley Walraven's 3rd free throw, she's 3 for 3. Only Sonoraville player who's been to the line who hasn't missed. Her 4th one is short. Shouldn't have said that, commentator's curse. And we will have a tie-up on the rebound. Physical stuff inside from Sophie Townsend is going to give Sonoraville the ball right back. 5:11 left in the game. 2-point advantage after the split trip to the line from Brinley Walraven. Passed in. Ellicate Walraven with it now. Drives to the free throw line. Takes a couple steps. Interesting attempt. But it didn't drop. Macy Collins gets the board as she has so many times on defense for these Generals. Lopez. Well, she got up her bag of tricks this time. Pass inside. Collins. And they keep going to that. Heritage had it going on in the first quarter with those inside passes, but the Lady Phoenix have figured them out since then. Garland thought about the 3 from Caitlin Clark range. Didn't knock it down. Townsend kicks to the corner. No good from Brinley Walraven. Took some contact, no foul. Kayla Lopez has it after Collins got the rebound. Great extra pass from Lopez. It's a foul, should be a blocking foul on Brinley Walraven. I think that's what they'll get. Yeah, they sure do. So 2 on Walraven, no issues there. Still Erin Garland, the only player in trouble for Sonoraville with 3 fouls. 3 fouls as well for Bailey Hollis. And she's back in actually now as we speak for Heritage. It's the time of the game in a close game like this where, Kayla Lopez is going to pull something else out crazy. Knocks it off of Walraven, who is defending with her back turned. And a travel this time for Heritage. Bailey Hollis is going to give it away. But man, Kayla Lopez does not stop impressing. And you guys don't get necessarily the full pictures. There's a pass inside, deflected, but it still finds Walraven. She drains it. You can hear it. You can't necessarily see it. I was going to say, if you were able to just stand in center court at that Charger logo and take this crowd in all its glory, it's a packed house completely. And they are animated right now on both sides. Lopez, long two, it's long. And a long rebound's gonna go to the Lady Phoenix. It's a wide open breakaway for Garland. She's got it. She wasn't gonna miss from there. 34-28. 6-point advantage for Sonoraville. Collins. Hard defense and a foul on Garland. That was not the moment to do that if you're Aaron Garland. Now she's got 4. It's a hold and it's the right call. Oh boy, well that throws a wrench in things if you're Sonoraville. You've got a 6-point advantage again, but 4 fouls on your star player. And I think it's fair to say if you lose Aaron Garland anytime in the near future and you lose her for the last 2 or 3 minutes, that's significant offensively. Hard to really put a value on exactly how much she means when she's one of those 5 on the floor, especially offensively. And you think back to that offensive foul in the first quarter that she committed, really didn't need to, lost control a little bit. And that could be the one that really puts her in trouble. We'll see if she's able to stay foul-free these last 3:34, and we'll also see if there's enough gall from the Sonoraville head coach to leave her out there right now. It's a tough decision because every second counts at this stage in the game, but if you lose Aaron Garland right now, problematic to say the least. Heritage with the ball. They're down by 6, 3:34 in the game. Kayla Lopez controls. She's been fantastic for Heritage. Gets it back now on the pass from Hollis. She'll take a mid-range 2. It doesn't fall. Just isn't getting the rolls in this second half. Walraven with the defensive board. Full court pressure, and it's going to force a mostly unforced turnover. Just the presence of Heritage there. That's not a lot of times you see a transition full court press. And the Generals were able to pull it off. They get the ball right back. Big defensive play for them. Hollis has it. Back to her. Switching the ball to the right side just like a second ago. This one's tipped and stolen. It was a telegraphed pass. Layla Townsend picked it up. And again, Heritage is going to force the issue. This time it's man defense, mostly half court. Townsend getting on the dribble. She'll hand it off. Hannah Bradley. Another handoff. Ella Kate Walraven. And a traveling violation. Yeah, let's see, which Townsend sister was that? I think it's Sophie. Yeah, sure was. So Sophie Townsend with the turnover on the travel. And Heritage makes a change. Bailey Hollis really wanted to be in the game, I think. But she's replaced by Kelly Bohm. Bohm knocked down that three-pointer earlier on. The type of player you want in a situation like this. Here's Collins, another player you want out there right now, even though it hasn't been her most effective day. All-Region Player of the Year for a reason. Great pass underneath. And there was space for the shot, but no good. As Tori Epps just couldn't get that inside look to drop. And this is a foul inside. He'll get Camden Carter by the looks of it. Yeah, that's right. Confirmed by the public address announcer opposite us. So Camden Carter has her seconds. 2 fouls on each side in the quarter. Lady Phoenix struggling to get it in. They do now, but it's stolen. Taken away immediately, and it touched Sonoraville last. Ball belongs to Heritage. Probably could have been a foul in there too. But the Generals have the ball back on the turnover. Garland checks right back out, replaced by Hannah Bradley. Up top is Bohm. Now kicked into the corner. Collins in trouble. Somehow didn't give that away. The pass inside from Lopez leads to a foul. I think it's going to be on the floor. Tori Epps was knocked over. And the foul goes against Brinley Walraven, her 3rd. Underneath, Kayla Lopez to inbound. Finds the target she was looking for. This is a travel, though, on Macy Collins. Hasn't been her night. 2:09 to go. Still a 6-point difference. Erin Garland right back in. And Hannah Bradley takes a seat again. Full court pressure. That's going to be the standard, I think, the rest of the way for the Generals. And the Phoenix will break it easily enough. 2 minutes exactly on the scoreboard and a big steal. Going the other way, there's a chance for transition points. There's a foul. It stays here. Oh, and it's on Garland, I think. I think they got Erin Garland for her 5th. Wow, they did. What a development that is. Erin Garland, her 5th foul, she's done. Sonoraville fans in front of us understandably don't like it, but they're going to give her a standing ovation. She deserves it. What a night Erin Garland has had. She fouls out, but not before picking up 16 points to lead both teams. 16 points in a 34-28 game is pretty significant. 6-point lead. Heritage with it right back, and no more Erin Garland. Kicked out, Lopez, she can shoot it. Can't get it that time, gets her own offensive rebound. Kicks to Collins, that's no good. Collins just has not been able to hit all night long. Uncharacteristic from her, one of the better players in the region. This one's handed off to Brinley Walraven. That was nearly stolen by Collins. This is Hannah Bradley. And the ball given away, another steal by Heritage. The defense has been fantastic, they just can't score on the other side. Lopez, her pass deflected. Collins charges through, picks it up, she's fouled, she'll go to the line. And also puts Heritage in double bonus the rest of the way. It's the 5th foul of the half. This is a shooting foul anyway. But Macy Collins has made 2 free throws tonight, 2 of 4. Last trip to the line, she missed both. This time she'll roll it in. Not the trajectory you're usually looking for on a free throw, but hey, however it goes in, especially at this stage in the game. Collins knocked down the first one. They'll make her wait for the second. Some gamesmanship, I think, from the coach to call the timeout in between. 1:13 in the game, 34-29. Heritage with one more free throw on the other side of this. One minute, 13 seconds, all that's left for Heritage to try and mount a late comeback. They've been in this game and led for a while, all game long. They've been in the conversation. Sonoraville, though, when it counts, is ahead. Second free throw for Macy Collins. It drops after a hard bounce off the front of the rim. She's got 4 points all on free throws. Full court pressure. Heritage could really use a stop. Oh, they nearly got one. But Sonoraville, after the scare, will get across half court. They'll be fouled now, and they've got 2 more fouls to give before they get into bonus territory. That foul, who'd they get? Looks like Georgia Gracie. That'll be her second. And stepping off is Addie Dills. Oh, that looked like it could have been a backcourt violation. That's what Heritage wanted. They won't get it. And there's no foul right now from Heritage. Lady Phoenix are just running the clock out at the moment. They're not stopping them at all. They've waited so long, and now they're going to get a foul. Well, that was not the best way to play that from a Heritage perspective, because they've let so much time go off the clock. They get it on Macy Collins, and that's her third. So now they're down to 50.9 seconds. They get it in, and again, no foul right now. That's probably a player you want to foul, Hannah Bradley. She hasn't been in this game. She's a substitute. They're going to wait. and foul Layla Townsend, although to be fair, she's only 1 for 2 on the day. Who do they get this time? Collins again. 2 straight fouls on Macy Collins. She's got 4. So your all-region player of the year, Macy Collins, 1 foul away from leaving this game. Again, a reminder, Erin Garland is out. Star player for Sonoraville, she already has 4. First free throw, no good. Left short by Layla Townsend. She'll have 1 more. 43.9 to go. Right now it's a 4-point game. 5 fouls on both teams, bonus all the way through. Second one's good. Townsend is 2 for 4 at the free throw line today. 42 seconds, now down to 40. No timeout called, they're just gonna run with it. 5-point game. Lopez gonna switch it, get it inside to Collins. She turned it over. No touch, out of bounds. Ball belongs to Sonoraville. That might just do it. They're gonna take a timeout to talk things over. Heritage, but man, they really needed a bucket that time down. So they kind of got the foul situation wrong. Let a lot of time go off the clock, and now with 33.3 seconds left, they take the 30-second timeout. They're going to need really a turnover. I don't even think. I mean, that's to be a turnover, maybe a quick foul. But either way, you're going to need some help. You got to score really quickly now. And now you're going to have to start thinking about 3s for 2s. Whereas if you scored on that possession, it's a 3-point game. You can kind of just keep scoring and hope that they either commit a turnover or miss a couple free throws. Now, I mean, you need a lot of help. 5 points in 30 seconds. We've seen it happen and even more before. This basketball sport that we love is a crazy one. We love it for these moments. Certainly not over by any stretch, but Sonoraville, they're in good shape to say the least. Both teams taking the flow after the 30-second timeout. Sonoraville to inbounds. We'll see a new defensive look for Heritage. They've been in full court pressure before, but not like this. Lady Phoenix not phased. There's a double team here. They may not foul. They're going to pass it out of bounds. And so Heritage chooses not to foul. It works out great for them. 26.5. All of a sudden, a 3-pointer makes it a 2-point game. They bring in all their offensive weapons, most notably Kayla Lopez. She'll get the ball, 25 to play. Got to get something pretty quickly, and you'd like to be a 3 in the corner. They've got Bohm. Oh, it just lips out. The offensive board falls away from Collins, and it's out of bounds off of Heritage. So unlucky. They got the look they wanted. Bohm made the earlier shot from the same place. This time couldn't get it to drop, so now you're in the same position you were 15 seconds ago. And they're going to call one more timeout. It's a full. I believe it's the last one here to Chaz. 18.4 to go. We'll leave you with this scene. 35-30 the score. Come back to see how it ends. Final 18.4 ticks of this one. We're in the 4th quarter, real deep into it. And it's 35-30, Sonoraville on top of Heritage for the region title. They're gonna just airmail it long, and there's space over there for Walraven. They still can't foul her. Inside, they're just gonna take a shot, and it's a 2-point shot that she's fouled on. Sophie Townsend will go to the line for 2 free throws. 13.4 left in this one. And Sonoraville, understandably, just going to go back and play total defense. 13.4 left. If she makes both, this is pretty much a done deal, as first one's good from Sophie Townsend. Her first free throw make all day long. What a time to get it. Heritage making their substitutions again, getting the offensive players back in. Second one, that's no good, so still 2 possessions. Got to go quickly, down to 10 seconds. They airmail it down the court. Got to get a shot away. Lopez, that's who you want to shoot it. Off the window, it's good! And with 5.4 to go, Heritage calls a timeout. Hold on a second. Kayla Lopez, in a day in which she's done nothing but ridiculous plays, pulls the most ridiculous one out we've seen. Banks home a deep 3, and it's a 3-point game. 5.4 to play, and Heritage did, I guess, have one more full timeout to call. I think actually going back to the previous one, SONORAVILLE took it. But wow, Kayla Lopez, not only a master of assists, she's pulled out every type of pass we've seen. She's got 3 3-pointers and apparently a clutch gene. 5.4 left. Still less than likely for Heritage, but certainly not impossible. Not after the 3 ball from Lopez. 11 from Lopez. 9 points from Tori Epps. That's 20 of their 33 points right there. Macy Collins has 4 more. Camden Carter and Kelly Bohm have a triple each. Bailey Hollis has 3 off of 2 and a free throw. That brings them to 33. It's 3 short of what they need right now. Gotta get something crazy. You need a turnover or you need a foul and see them miss twice. And all of that can't happen in any more than 5.4 seconds. Well, they're struggling to get it in on time. They will eventually, as there's a slip, and that's going to cause a pretty long delay. 3.1 left. The slip hurts because it takes off just that little piece more of time. Let's see who they get. It is going to be 23. Is that Collins? It is. Wow, so Collins is the one who picks up the foul in the end. I think that's 5. Well, maybe not. No, they got Hollis. Hollis, it's their 4th. First free throw's good, and that'll about salt it away. That's pretty much going to do it. 3.1 to go. And Ella Kate Walraven knocks in the first free throw to most likely win this for SONORAVILLE. It was. They ended up calling that foul on Collins. So it was 5 on Collins. She's out. Second free throw, it's good. So 3 seconds. And there was an errant horn there. Inadvertence. They'll roll it out. Lopez probably going to have time for one more shot. She gets it off. Doesn't go. Doesn't matter. SONORAVILLE, the Lady Phoenix out of Calhoun, rise to the occasion and they're region champions. We were treated to a heck of a finish, and both teams have to hang their heads very, very high after a fantastic performance, but it's going to be SONORAVILLE who takes it home behind an impressive performance from Erin Garland in a season that's been impressive all year long for her. Turns in one of her best showings of the season when it mattered, and her 16 points lead SONORAVILLE to the victory. They'll take the team picture, they'll celebrate, and it's all well-deserved. SONORAVILLE, the number 1 seed. They split with Heritage in the regular season, and they come away with the win that matters most. Started 0-11 to kick the year off, shook all of that off, and now they're region champions. They'll have prime seeding heading into the state tournaments. Well, we are going to leave you with the trophy presentation, but don't forget to stick around for the second part of our doubleheader. We got the boys final, same Region 7 4A tournament, but the boys side of things, SONORAVILLE back in action if you're a SONORAVILLE fan. And then Central High School, they were knocked out early in this girls bracket, but the guys are the number 1 seed and they're looking to bring a region title home to Carrollton. That's coming up next. Scheduled for 7:30 before, but now it'll be something more like 7:45. Make sure you tune in. You're on the right YouTube channel for that. Head over to our live page, Charger Sports Network. You're already there. Head over to that live page and you will find that updated game on the boys' side. Until then, thanks for tuning in. Once again, it's a 5-point victory for Sonoraville. They take the region title over the Generals of Heritage. My name's Danny Tulasane. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night.